So I'm on row 23, and I just realized that I forgot to do a buttonhole. Now, I did not do this on purpose, but since I was planning on showing you what to do, I think this is perfect, right? So I was supposed to do a buttonhole right there on my last row on row 21, but I didn't. So I'm going to show you what to do. So all you need to do is just keep on like normal, pretend like nothing's wrong, right? Keep calm and knit on. We're going to work the border rows, and I'm just going to be following the chart all the way over to the space right above where I was supposed to do the buttonhole. To fix the forgotten buttonhole, we just knitted and working the row, the chart, all the way across to where the buttonhole was supposed to be, which was right here. The buttonhole is always the last two stitches on the edge right before these two stitches right here. So let's purl one more and we will get to, let's see, just like that. So what we need to do now is remove these three stitches, which are where the buttonhole takes place, and redo them, alright, like how we were supposed to. So you don't have to do this. I mean, you can take out the whole row, but give it a shot if you forget, or after you watch this video you may say, I'm going to pay closer attention than she did, so I don't have to do this. So just slip the two stitches off and purl that one out. Pull that out right there. Take your marker off. We don't need it. Take that one out. Pull that. So we've got three loose stitches right here. So this here was my wrong side row. I just took it out. Right. We also need to redo the right side row. So we're going to just pull this a little bit more and take out that one too. And you can use your knitting needle too to just pull the yarn out. This is the right side row. So you can see I'm just counting down from the rows that I did. And so this was row, let's see, this was row 21, this was row 22, and here I am on row 23 right there. Alright, so now let's put these three stitches back on the left hand needle, go in from the front to the back so that they're facing the right way, just like that, from the front to the back like that with the left needle. Good. Alright, now we just need to do what we should have done originally, which is bind off two. So, with this yarn back here like this, there's a couple of ways that you can re-knit these stitches. Oh, an easy way is just to put the yarn across the tip of the needle like that, and then use the right hand needle to take this stitch and bring it over that loop right there. That's an easy way to knit, like that. And then you can put it onto the right hand needle, like that. Another way to do it is just to pretend like you're knitting. Like if you knit continental, you can just tension this little ladder of yarn, go in here, wrap the needle around. Or if you knit American style, you can go in here with your hands and wrap that around and pull that through. Alright, so the next step after you knit two is to bind off this one. So we're just carrying on as if we were still on this row, only we're knitting with this little tiny loop of yarn instead of the whole working yarn. Alright, the next step is to knit that last stitch. I'll show you this technique again where you just put the yarn on there like that. And then flip that stitch over so that gets knitted. Put it on the right hand needle. Good. Now just bind off that stitch. There we go. Alright. So now let's put this on the left hand needle and look at what we've got here. So now we've got this, it was row 22. Here it is right here, the yarn. We've got two bound off stitches and two border stitches. So let's turn this around, just like we would if we were on the wrong side row, and just pretend, leaving this working yarn out to the side, just pretend that we're going to redo it, just like as if we're knitting it. So we can move this back to the left hand needle. So we've already done this side stitch, we don't need to do anything to that. This one needs to be knitted because it's a border stitch, so put the yarn in back because we're knitting. You can either do the trick that I showed you, like this, flip that over, or you can just pretend like you're knitting it, like that. You know, like this. Wrap the yarn around, that's American style. Pull it through. So 3 different ways to get that knitted stitch back on there. Now we need to cast on 2 stitches, right? So just do the backwards loop cast on. And it's going to be a little tight, but it should. We don't want any saggy pieces of yarn. So put that loop on, and let's see. Turn the loop to the inside just like that. Get another loop. Well, this is pretty tight, but that is okay. Better, I think, a little bit too tight than too loose right there. There we go. So I've got those two. Now I'm done. Let's turn this back around and continue as we would have. There's the buttonhole now. There it is. It wasn't there before. So our chart says to be purling. So let's go ahead and purl these stitches. 1, 2. You want to put your marker back in. And then knit the last two. So now not only did I fix row 21, I already finished knitting row 23 as well. And there's the buttonhole as it should be. So that's how to fix a buttonhole when you forget to do it. And some more intermediate knitting skills for you.